Hello everyone, my name is Daria. I am a pastry chef specialized in mousse cakes desserts. On this channel you will find video tutorials about how to make mousse cakes and individual mousse cakes. Purchasing a video tutorial from my channel, you're getting not only recipes and step-by-step tutorials, but also you are getting lifetime free consultation from me through WhatsApp or any other messenger during all your baking journey. So join me and let's bake. To make raspberry puree, sift raspberries to remove seeds, and for the strawberry puree, just blend the soft berries with the hand blender to make puree. Measure the necessary quantity as per the recipe. Combine raspberry and strawberry purees and put it in a saucepan on the stove. Warm puree till 60 degrees. Combine sugar with pectin and add it gradually into the puree mixture. Constantly stir, bring to a boil and cook for 2 minutes. Pour your KONFI in the mold. It is the same mold as we are going to assemble the cake in, and sprinkle with frozen raspberries. Leave it aside, and also you can take any silicone mold for individual mousse cakes. Pour some KONFI and add 1 or 2 frozen berries inside. To bake cake, whisk eggs until pale and fluffy, so they are double in size and very creamy. I do it on a medium speed. Just for your convenience, pour it from a tall container into a plastic bowl. Sift flour. And add almond flour. Combine everything with a spatula. Your moves should be very slow. Add melted butter. It should be cold, so melt butter before you start baking the cake so it can cool down. I took a ring of 16 centimeters, cover the bottom with the foil, place some baking paper on a tray. So almost all of this portion I will pour in the ring, and the rest I will spread on a baking paper. So the cake from the ring will be for our heart cake. We will cut a heart, and the remaining cake will be for our individual mousse cakes. It will be enough for 3 pieces, so if you need more, you can double your cake in size. Also sprinkle with some frozen raspberries, so they are, drown them so they are half inside the dough, and bake 175 degrees for 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Once your cake is done, you remove it from the oven, let it cool down completely, and then you can remove it. Look how it's easy to remove from the ring. You just go with the knife. The knife should go through the cake and the foil as well, and it's that easy to remove. Remove also the silver paper from the bottom. And our cake is ready to trim. So look what I did. I took a frozen center, and I am just using the silicone mold to cut my cake. So this is one of the ways how to trim your cake into a heart. So I just measured the size of the heart and just with the knife trim it accordingly. You can make a template from paper or a piece of carton. Your cake should fit exactly, so it has to go a little bit inside, so it should be ½ centimeter smaller. And we also do the same, so I found a cup that is the same size as the cake, and from the bottom I'm gonna cut few circles. You can use a cookie cutter if you have a round cookie cutter of the size that you need. So we try that, yes, it will fit our individual cake. Now our cakes that we cut, we have to wrap in cling film and put it back in the freezer. To make mousse, I want to introduce to you chocolate. It's cacao body zephyr, it's white chocolate. As our mousse is very simple, it's the chocolate that makes the flavor. So you need to pour hot milk with whipped cream on top of the chocolate, and also I added vanilla seeds in it, so I'm just cleaning vanilla seeds from the cup, so all go inside. And the hot liquid leave for a while so the chocolate will melt. Meanwhile, we can whip the cream. We are whipping it until very soft peaks, almost no peaks. Very soft, don't overbeat the whipped cream. And now our chocolate melted, so you can see how it's easy to stir the mousse. And I'm adding soaked melted gelatin. Combine all, mix, you can mix with the whisker and blend it with the hand blender, so all the chocolate is combined with the milk. This mixture should go into the fridge now to cool down to about 30 degrees. Once it cooled down, we can add our whipped cream and combine it with the spatula. At this stage, mousse is too liquid, so we keep it in the freezer until it gets thicker. Now you can see it got thicker a little bit, so now we can assemble our cake. So as you can see, I'm pouring 2/3 parts of the mousse, so more than half, and then I'm taking the center that we just need to remove beforehand from your mold, because we're using the same mold to assemble the cake as we used it to freeze the center. So you can see few raspberries are falling out of my center, so just for you, when you will be placing raspberries, drown them a little bit deeper. So we place our center and we are pouring a little bit more mousse on top, and you need to leave 2 centimeters of space in your mold, because your cake you're going to place inside is around 1.5, almost 2 centimeters high, so you need to have that space in your mold. And we are placing the cake inside, so don't drown it, it just has to fit perfectly, and around maybe 1 or 2 millimeters will be out of the mold, so that's okay. The same technique to assemble individual mousse cakes. We are pouring more than half of the mousse in every mold. I'm gonna make 3 because I have only 3 cakes. And our frozen centers that I removed beforehand because I had to wash the silicone molds. And a little bit more mousse. Still, you have to leave space for your cakes. And we place the cake on top. Just press a little bit. If there is some mousse that is going out, it's okay. And now it goes into the freezer for minimum 8 hours. To make chocolate feathers, you need to melt chocolate. Here I'm just using compound chocolate. Dip the edge of the knife, place it on acetate ribbon, press up and slide. So we will repeat it a few times so you can see. So again, I'm dipping it, I'm pressing it up and then slide to make it look like a feather. So as deeper you will dip the knife, as longer your petal will appear. So press up and slide. So let's do it again. We press, hold the ribbon so it won't move, up and slide. So when I say up, it means that you have to bring your knife a little bit up, but don't remove it completely. Just press a little bit up and then slide to make that nice look. And once again. Now we have to curve them. So you can take any tube that you'll find in your kitchen, for example like this from the foil paper, and place it inside. Now it goes into the fridge. It will take around 10 minutes and then you can remove your feathers. You can see how easily they're removing from the acetate ribbon. And now we need the knife and fire. So you can use your stove, for example, next to you. Just warm the knife and make few cuts. Every time you're making cuts, you need to warm it again. So I'm making 3 from each side. And here we go. This is our feather for the cake decorations. To make decorations as a moth, we need to whisk egg with sugar and glucose. Also, you can add food color. You can divide your mixture in few batches to color it in different colors, or you can color the whole batch of the mixture. You need to whip it until it doubles in size and very fluffy. Then you have to sift flour and baking powder, and now mix it with the spatula. We are using disposable paper cups. You need to fill it less than half of the cup. And then we have to microwave our cups for 1 minute on a high power. You can see when you press, it's soft. We have to flip it upside down and cool it down completely. Now to make the cream for piping to decorate our cakes, I used whatever I had in the fridge. So it was mascarpone cheese, whipped cream, and leftover of KONFI. Using piping bag and piping attachment, you can use any. I used Glow Star. We can place our whipped cream. It has to be until heart peaks in a bag, and leave it until we are ready to use. To finish our mousse, we have to cut the paper cups like this and remove the mousse. You can see how it's fluffy, and it's a very nice decoration for any types of cakes, not only mousse cakes. You can use it for normal regular cakes as well. So we remove from all the cups, and then because it's a big quantity, you can store it, for example like this. You can cut it in pieces and store it in the freezer. Now let's remove our cake from the mold. First we just need to remove the edge like this, and then we can press harder and flip the cake to remove the mold. Try not to touch the cake itself, and using a cake board we can just place it on a board. And now we are ready to decorate. So I'm gonna pipe some cream, and I use MOUSSE that we made with you, some fresh raspberries, let's decorate our mini cakes. So I removed it from the molds, the same as we did with the hard cake, and I'm just gonna use the leftover of the creams to decorate our cakes. So this is the way how to decorate the cakes without glazing or velouring. You can just use so many other techniques. And here is the set of our desserts. Lovely, isn't it?